Good morning and welcome to the championship game of the St. Paddy Smackdown at Skylands Ice World. Mike Formisano here, bringing you action today in the championship game between the Skylands Kings and the New Jersey Colonials. The Colonials advanced to the championship game by way of a 3-2 victory over the Princeton Tigers Black this morning, and the Kings have gotten their spot in the championship game with a 5-3 win over the New Jersey Devils youth. Well, we're about ready for action here. You guys know all the lineups. You know the goalies in net. It's going to be J.J. Arnold, as always, for the Kings between the pipes. And for the Colonials, number 16, Milan Gelman, looks to be getting the start. He was hurt at the end of the third period in the game on Friday night between the Kings and Colonials, but looks to have bounced back, and it looks like he's going to get the start today. So, Kings and Colonials for the championship of the St. Paddy Smackdown. This is the last game for the Kings of the season, win or lose. So, we'll see if they can go out on a high note and take home the trophy and medals. Kings and Colonials about set to get started here on Sunday morning. We'll get started with you right after this. Welcome back to Skylands Ice World. Puck drop. About ready for the championship game between the Skylands Kings and the New Jersey Colonials. The Kings are number 1 seed, with the Colonials being the number 2. Things have broken to form as both teams are in the final. Michael Monda will take the face-off for the Kings against Luca Denicello. And here we go. Let's do it. Between the Kings and Colonials. Face-off won by the Kings. It's along the near boards. Bernstein goes ahead and gives it to Damian Slater. Slater plays it up to Walsh. Walsh over to Monda. Monda loses it along the blue line now by Flynn. Flynn has it and loses it to Slater. Slater has it. It goes around the boards and behind the net. Played up, and Walsh has it now along the far boards. Walsh fighting for it along with Fay, Connor Fay. It's back to the point to Klein, now over to Monda. Monda in along the boards now. Walsh has it. Walsh tries to play it further in. Can't do so. It's over to Monda now. Michael Monda coming in to Slater. The shot on goal. Backhand. Save. It's Jacob Childs in net for the Colonials, not Gelman, as I said. So Childs does get the start after playing in the semifinal against Princeton. Puck along the boards now. Slater has it. Fighting for it along with Flynn for the Colonials. Back out to Fay. Connor Fay with it now. Fay plays it up, but not outside the zone. Walsh keeps it in for the Kings. The Kings have been in the Colonial zone now for about a minute of the first 2 minutes played. Now Denicello checks Slater, and the puck's along the near boards and comes out to neutral ice. Over to Formisano. Michael Formisano along the red line with it. Tries to get it past Flynn. He cannot. And it goes along the boards past Book and down into the near corner. Number 5, Rivers Chong has it now for the Colonials. Chong will play it up. Gets it over to Ulrich. Brody Ulrich across the blue line. He's got Wickman with him. Ulrich with the shot. Just goes wide. It goes into the near corner. Now comes back out in front. And the Kings are able to pick it up. Here's Dixon into neutral ice. Dixon skating up with it past Ulrich. And it goes into the Colonial zone. Chong with it behind his own net. Chong will go ahead and skate it out. Gives it to Harper. Harper intercepts it for the Kings. Now Harper, it's in the referee's skates. And comes back out. There's Chong with it. Chong plays it but not out. Dunn's able to keep it on the line. Dunn up to Formisano. The shot on goal. Child saves it, and it goes into the near corner. Dixon now will play it over to Formisano. Formisano behind the Colonial net. Formisano gives it to Harper, and it comes back out along the far boards. Now Wickman with it. Wickman. And Harper can't keep it in. He'll have to go back in. He comes back in with Formisano. Harper with the shot. Saved by Childs. And the Colonials pick it up. They'll take it outside the zone. There's Book with it. Now Harper takes it back in. Ranger Harper, number 88 for the Kings, into the near corner. Kings going right to left on your screen. Colonials left to right. It's in the near corner, and the Colonials able to play it, but not out. And it hops over Dixon's stick and does come into center ice. Now here's Ulrich with it. Ulrich will go ahead and send it into the Kings' end. Dunn has it now. Dunn, number 19, will play it along the boards to Stillwagon. Intercepted by Ulrich. Ulrich sidesteps Monda. The shot on goal just goes wide of J.J. Arnold and along the near boards. Now here's Dixon. Dixon plays it up to Stillwagon. Stillwagon across the red line. Stillwagon across the blue. Past Fay. It goes into the far corner. And the Colonials pick it up. Throw it along the boards. And Slater loses it over to Denicello. Luca Denicello in the zone for the Colonials. Shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. It's loose right in front. And he smothers it. High shot on Arnold right near his mask. He's able to get his catching glove to knock it down. And it came down in front of him. He didn't know where it was for just a second, but fell right on top of it once he located the puck. And the faceoff will be to the right of J.J. Arnold. Denicello wins it for the Colonials. It goes back into the corner. We're just underway here at Skylands Ice World in the Forum. 9:15 to go, first period. No score between the Colonials and the Kings. Slater trying to play the puck outside the zone. Can't do so. Now it goes over to Klein. Klein to Bernstein. Bernstein up to Walsh. Walsh at center ice. Walsh on the red. Walsh across the blue. Walsh coming in on Fay. Walsh in the far corner now. Ryan Walsh gives it in front. Monda misses the far post, and it goes into the corner. Now behind the net to Walsh. Ryan Walsh has it. Behind the net now. The Colonials pick it up. There's George Morgan, number 51 with it. Morgan will play it up to his forward. It's not outside the zone. Monda has it now, and Slater can't keep it in. There's Dixon, number 9, Logan Dixon for the Kings. And Walsh is knocked down by Connor Fay. Monda picks up the shot. The shot goes behind the net over Childs' shoulder. There's Slater with it in the far corner. Passes it back to Dunn. Wickman intercepts. Now Dunn has it outside the zone, and as he plays it back in, we have an offside. 8:14 to go, first period. Kings and Colonials, no score. Shots on goal. Kings lead it 3-1. Now Harper will go ahead and take the face-off against Ulrich. Formerson on his left, Stillwagon on his right. It's picked up by Flynn. Flynn for the Colonials will try and play it into the Kings zone, but can't do so. Here's Harper with it. Harper will go ahead and try and get it across the red. Now Formersano across the blue. Formersano shoots it into the padding of the Colonial defender, and it comes back out. The Colonials in their road blues, trimmed by white and red. The Kings in their home whites, trimmed by navy and gold. Ranger Harper across the blue line is being checked by Roger Lynn. Harper has it in the near corner behind the Colonial net. Now Lynn picks it up, and Lynn along the far dasher will play it to center ice. Wickman has it now across the red. Wickman carrying across the blue. It's taken off his stick by Ranger Harper. What hustle by Harper to get that puck. Now Formersano after it. Formersano along the blue line. He has Wickman right on him. Formersano with the shot. Saved by Childs right into the breadbasket. And he'll hold on for no further play. 7:13 to go. First period. No score between the Kings and Colonials. Fast-paced action to get started here in this championship game. The Kings earned their way here with a win over the New Jersey Devils Youth this morning. The Colonials got here by defeating the Princeton Tigers Black 3-2. Puck sent all the way down. This is going to be an icing against the Colonials. It'll go back to the New Jersey Colonials end, where we'll have a face-off to the right of Jacob Childs. Face-off between Monda and Denicello. It goes over Dixon's stick and comes into center ice. He plays it back in on an offside. So, the face-off will be outside the Colonial end. And Monda will take the face-off again against Luca Denicello. Face-off won by the Colonials. It's played up by Book. Book outside the zone. Now Monda plays it back in. Slater along the boards, and then Walsh is helping him as well. There's Monda with it. Monda fighting with a Colonial defender to get the puck. Monda passes it over to Walsh. Here's Walsh going along the far boards now. Walsh on his backhand. He's knocked down, and play continues. Morgan takes it off his stick. Denicello falls down and is picked up by Dunn. Dunn sends it all the way back down. We'll have an icing on the play. 6:25 to go. First period. No score between the Kings and the Colonials in this final game of the season, win or lose, for the Kings Squirt Navy squad. The championship game of the St. Paddy's Smackdown here at Skylands Ice World. Monda and Ulrich will take the face-off. It's won by Ulrich. Ulrich sends it back to Lynn. Roger Lynn backhands it, but there's Walsh to intercept. Now Chong has it outside the zone, and as he plays it back in, we have an offside. Face-off outside the Kings zone. It'll be between Monda and Ulrich once again. Face-off's won by Ulrich, but it is skates, and Slater is able to play it out. Now Brody Wickman with it for the Colonials. They'll send it on goal. Right pad save by Arnold. He kicks it into the corner. Now it comes back out. Into center ice, where it's picked up by Lynn. Lynn will send it back in for the Colonials. Into the Kings' end. Into the near corner. There's Ulrich with it, trying to play it out. It's along the boards. Rempfer, it's off of Dunn, and Dixon picks it up. Now Walsh with it, across the blue line. Walsh to Slater, across the red. It's intercepted by the Colonials. Here's Wickman. Wickman coming in with Ulrich. Wickman with the shot, saved by Arnold, and it's back into the far corner. Here's Klein with it. Wickman steals it from him. Wickman into the low slot. He can't control it, and there's Stillwagon. Stillwagon tries to get it up to Formisano. Formisano carrying it across the blue line. He's got Ulrich all over him. Formisano with the shot goes behind the net of Jacob Childs, and the Colonials able to pick it up. There's Bernstein pinching in to keep it in the zone. Noah Bernstein trying to get it to the slot. Can't do so. It comes back out. Klein falls down. Klein racing after it. He's got Book right on him. Arnold steers it to the corner, and the Kings will handle it there. Harper being pushed by Book. And now Stillwagon with it. Stillwagon loses it to Denicello. Now to Flynn. The Kings and Colonials, intense pressure here in the early part of this first period as we head towards the midway point. Now Klein with it. Klein over the blue line. Klein will pass it over to Harper. Can't connect. It's knocked off his stick by Fay. Near the Zamboni entrance doors, and Stillwagon fans on the pass. So Flynn has it now for the Colonials. Over the line, Denicello with it. Denicello with the shot, saved by Arnold. He'll kick it into the near corner. Now Slater with it, tries to play it outside the zone. He just gets it out, and Fay picks it up for the Colonials. Back into the King end of the ice, but it's in on an offside. 4:18 to go, first period, shots on goal, 4 apiece between the Kings and the Colonials. Monda will take the face-off against Ulrich. Slater on his left, Walsh on his right. Dunn and Dixon on defense. There's Dunn with it. Connor Dunn, number 19, skates it over his blue. Now to Walsh. Walsh carries it into the Colonial end. Walsh passes it to Slater. Slater in a high slot. The shot on goal, save! And Childs covers it. Left pad save by Childs, and it goes into his catching glove. And he's able to smother it for no further play. So Monda will take the face-off against Ulrich to the right of Childs. It's in front to Walsh. Along the far boards now. Monda racing over to get it. Passes it up to Walsh, but just out of his reach. Now there's Slater pinching in. And Roger Lynn picks it up for the Colonials. Just outside the zone. And as they play it back in, it's on an offside. 3:42 to go, first period. Kings and Colonials scoreless. Monda will take the face against Ulrich again. Ulrich wins this one. Gets it back to his defense. To Chong. Chong along the red line. He loses it over to Dunn. Dunn has it on the red. Now to Walsh. Walsh comes in with it. Walsh over to Slater. It's just out of his reach. And it goes onto the stick of Brody Wickman. Wickman coming in with a burst of speed. Wickman tries to get it to the slot, but no one's home. It goes to Dunn. Dunn has it now to Walsh. Walsh will play it up to Slater. Slater across the red, trying to get in, taking off his stick, and now Roger Lynn has it. Lynn will get it to Morgan. Now Monda takes it for the Kings back into the Colonials' end, but it's sent right back out. Monda pushes it right back in, wraps it around the boards, and the Colonials are after it. There's Bernstein trying to pinch in, trying to keep it, and it comes just outside the zone, and as Ranger Harper sends it back in, we have another offside. 2:52 to go. Kings lead shots on goal 5-4, but there's no score on the scoreboard. If this game is in a tie, it goes to a 4-on-4 overtime for 5 minutes for the championship. If nobody scores in the overtime, it'll go to a shootout. Here's Stillwagon with the shot. Behind the net it goes and bounces off the backboards. Now Fay with it. Plays it up. Harper steals it. And it's now over to Klein. Braden Klein sends it back in. Harper loses possession. It goes over to Dedicello. Dedicello and Formisano. They fall in a collision. Now Dedicello, it's in his skates. Trying to kick it forward. Can't do so. It goes to Klein. Klein to Harper. And Harper sends it back in to the Colonial end of the ice. Colonials pick it up there. It's up to Book. Now, Formisano plays it back in, but we have an offside. 2:13 to go. First period. Kings and Colonials scoreless. Mondo will take the face-off against Dedicello. It's played back in, but Walsh holds it at the line and another offside. There's Monda and Dedicello for the face-off. Comes back out to Dunn across the red line. Dunn picks it up, sends it over the Walsh along the far dasher. It's intercepted by Dedicello. The Colonials trying to take it in. Dedicello picks it up, but loses it over to Walsh. Comes back into neutral ice and played back in on another offside. A lot of offsides here in the first period. Both teams anxious to get in and get their offenses started, but they're going to make sure they stay onside to do so. Minute 53 to go, first period. No score between the Kings and Colonials. Monda and Ulrich will take the next face-off. So the referee is speaking with Coach Mark Weaver of the Kings about where the face-off will be. The referees want to put the face-off at center ice, and Weaver is arguing that. So, minute 53 to go, first period, no score between the Kings and Colonials. Again, how they got here. The Kings beat the Colonials 5-2 on Friday night, and then took out the Devils 5-3 Saturday morning. They lost to Princeton Tigers Black on Saturday evening 4-1, but then took out the Devils in the semifinal 5-3 this morning. And that's how the Kings got to the championship game. For the Colonials, they got here by beating Princeton in the semifinal earlier this morning. Now, Monda has it. Skating around his net. Monda has Ulrich on him. Now to Walsh. Walsh goes ahead and plays it up. Can't get it outside the zone. It goes back into the far corner, and Dunn will pick it up from there. Minute 30 to go, first period. Scoreless between the Kings and Colonials. Play it up into neutral ice. Back into the Kings zone. Goes around the net. Monda. It's out of his reach. He's able to pick it up, though, but can't get it out. It's held in by Chong. Now Walsh gets it out of the zone, and Walsh gives it to Monda. Michael Monda across the blue. Monda coming in. Monda with the shot. Just goes wild of Childs. Now the Colonials pick it up, and Walsh has it there to Wickman. Wickman over the blue line. Wickman to center ice. It's stolen by Dixon. Logan Dixon passes it over to Monda. Michael Monda had a hat trick earlier this morning in the semifinal win, trying to get the first goal of the game here. It's in the corner for the Colonials. Brody Wickman will pick it up, and he passes it up to Ulrich, who carries it over the blue line, now into the Kings zone. Here's Ulrich, 1-on-3, skates around three defenders. The shot on goal, blocker glove saved by J.J. Arnold. Rebound goes wide of the net and into the near corner. Comes back into the slot. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. Arnold's able to kick it into the far corner. That pass over to George Morgan. He tried to put the one-timer home, but couldn't get it past Arnold. Now Morgan again shoots it behind the net. Dixon in the near corner in the Kings' end. We've got 3 seconds to go, first period. And there's the horn. And the Kings and Colonials scoreless as we head into period 2. Shots on goal. The Colonials take a 6-5 advantage, but we are even on the scoreboard as we exit period 1. So after 1 period, the Kings and Colonials no score. We'll be back after this for period 2 of the championship game of the St. Paddy Smackdown here from Skylands Ice World in Stockholm, New Jersey.
Good game.
Yeah. Welcome back to Skylands Ice World for period 2 of the championship game of the St. Paddy Smackdown. The Skylands Kings taking on the New Jersey Colonials. Teams switch sides for period 2 on your TV screen or computer screen or tablet screen. The Kings will be going from left to right. Kings in their white uniforms trimmed by navy and gold. The Colonials will be moving right to left. They're in their road blues trimmed by red and white. Face-off between Denicello and Monda, and the puck drops, goes over to Walsh. Klein will take it now to Bernstein. Bernstein plays it up to Slater. Along the far dasher now, sent back in by the Colonials all the way down to the Kings' end of the ice. There's Braden Klein after it. Klein sends it around the boards to Walsh. Walsh will go ahead and play it there. He loses it to the Colonials. Shot on goal, saved by Arnold. That came out of nowhere, and Arnold was able to get the pad down just in time. Quick shot by the Colonials, almost tricked Arnold and got past him, but he was able to get the pad down in the nick of time. Here's Monda with the faceoff, loses it over to Morgan. Morgan has it now. Denicello in front, and it's cleared out of harm's way by the Kings. Outside the zone, and here's Walsh with it. Walsh will go ahead and skate it up. He's got number 10 all over him. That's Rusnowski. Rusnowski and Walsh fighting for it now. Monda and Rusnowski in the corner fighting for it. And there's Walsh. It's in his skates. Now Monda with the wraparound. Oh, he can't put it past Childs. Bernstein with the shot. Just goes wide into the near corner. Monda tried to pick that wraparound on the right post, but Childs was able to kick it out. Now the Colonials take it outside the zone. Denicello will play it up. Past Klein, and now Bernstein has it. Denicello picks it back up around the net. Denicello trying to wrap it around, can't get through. He tries to go to the low slot, can't pass it there. So Monda picks it up. Monda clears the zone. Monda in center ice. Over to Walsh. Walsh in on the break. Walsh coming in. The shot. He scores! Beautiful deep by Ryan Walsh. Comes in on a breakaway. He goes to his backhand. Fakes out Childs. And then he puts it toy department, top shelf, into the empty net. What a deke. What a move by Ryan Walsh, number 6. For the Skylands Kings, and the Kings go up 1-0. Face-off now by Harper. Harper gives it to Stillwagon. Stillwagon coming in with a burst of speed. Stillwagon with the backhand goes way over the net and into the far corner. Formisano now after it, and he loses it to the Colonial defender. There's Ulrich with it. Ulrich skates it in into the Kings' end. Ulrich puts on the brakes. It's stolen by Stillwagon. Ulrich fans on the shot. Now Harper chopping at him. It comes back outside the zone and all the way down the ice. Wow, if ever the Kings needed a momentum boost, this is it. That goal by Walsh has invigorated the Skylands Kings. 11:10 to go, second period. If the Kings were looking to build on this lead, now would be the time, taking the momentum that they have. The Colonials trying to stymie it and turn things back their way. Harper will take the face-off. He loses it. It's back to the Colonial defense. Now, Stillwagon intercepts. Stillwagon coming over the red with Formisano. Stillwagon on his backhand. He puts on the brakes. Stillwagon with the shot. Goes behind the net. Formisano pinching in. Now Harper. Formisano right in front, and Childs will take the puck that's loose in the low slot and cover it with his catching glove. 10:53 to go, second period. Kings up 1-0 on a beautiful backhand goal by Ryan Walsh. For many of these players, this is their last game at the Squirt level. Next year, they'll be moving to Pee Wees. They'd like to go out on a tournament championship. We'll see if it happens. Klein passes over to Bernstein. Bernstein with the shot. Goes behind the net. Monda after it. Monda passes it to Slater. Slater goes ahead and passes it around. Morgan intercepts it for the Colonials. Now Klein with it. Here's Braden Klein. It's off the skate of Connor Fay. Fay will take it up for the Colonials. Fay across the red. Fay across the blue. He skates it in. It's deflected off of Bernstein's ankle, and he's down, but he gets back up. Shot in by Fay. Saved by Arnold. It's loose. And Arnold catches it in his glove. No further play. We'll have a face-off to the right. Arnold able to snag that one out of the air. I didn't see where it went at first, trying to see if it had gone in the back of the net or not, but Arnold did hang on to it. Now, Colonials win the face-off, and the shot on goal. It's loose in front, and cleared out by Slater. Along the far boards now, Damian Slater was able to get it out of harm's way in front of Arnold, and the Kings pick it up. It's thrown back into the Kings' end of the ice, where Noah Bernstein will take it. Bernstein loses it to Flynn. Flynn sends it around, back behind the net. Now, Klein with it. Klein passes up to Walsh. It's intercepted by Morgan. George Morgan with the shot over the top of the crossbar and into the far corner. Colonials wanted that one. You saw the coaches on the bench jump up and down. Back behind the net now into the low slot. Intercepted by Walsh. Here comes Walsh. Walsh with the nifty move around the defense. He sends it all the way down into the Colonial end. The Colonials chase it. It's picked up by Rusnowski. Alexander Rusnowski now passes it up to Sean Flynn. Flynn is stolen by Slater. Slater keeps it in and throws it into the near corner. Fay and Harper in after it. There's Harper giving it to Stillwagon. Stillwagon to Formisano. Formisano loses it over to Rusnowski, and Flynn picks it up. There's Flynn for the Colonials over the red line. Flynn across the blue, and he's offside. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Second period. The Kings, on the strength of a Ryan Walsh goal, lead this one 1-0. Shots on goal. Colonials lead 8-7. The faceoff will be just outside the Kings zone to the right of J.J. Arnold. Harper will take the faceoff against Ulrich. It's won by the Colonials, but the Kings intercept. Here's Stillwagon. Stillwagon across the blue. Stillwagon's knocked down hard into the boards by Roger Lynn. He gets back up, though, real quick. And now Formisano fighting for it along with Harper along the boards. There's Ulrich across the blue. Ulrich to Wickman. It's knocked off his stick by Dunn, but Wickman's able to pick it back up. Here's Dunn with it. Dunn skates it around the net. Dunn behind the net being checked by Ulrich. Dunn falls down. Ulrich picks it up. There's Wickman with it. Wickman and Dixon fighting for the puck. Now it's centered in front. Goes over the stick of Cameron Book. Shot from the point. Goes into the corner. The near corner in the Kings' end. The Colonials have it there. It's taken off Ulrich's stick by Ranger Harper. Harper skating fast towards the blue. He's over the blue. He comes in along the boards and it goes into the far corner. Now picked up by Lynn. Lynn around the net. Lynn tries to clear it but not out. There's Dunn with it. Off of Harper's equipment. Now to Dixon. Logan Dixon with the shot. It's deflected in front. Lynn throws it along the far boards. The Colonials come out. They've got a 3-on-2. Ulrich gets it across the line. There's Dixon. He stands him up at the blue line. Nice defensive play by number 9, Logan Dixon. He breaks down the entire 3-on-2 that the Colonials had. Now Walsh. Walsh in the high slot. Shot on goal. Saved by Childs. It's loose right along the goal line. And the Colonials cleared out of there before Walsh can tip home the rebound. What action here at Skylands Ice World halfway through the second period. The Kings inches away from going up 2-0. Now, Book will send it in behind the net. There's Monda with it. Monda along the backboards. It's stolen by Morgan. Morgan with the shot. It's in Arnold's equipment. He doesn't know where it is. I think he trapped it between his armpit right between the blocker glove and the rest of his body. He didn't know where that puck was, but he did make the save. 7:17 to go, second period. Kings up 1-0. Morgan now, fans on the dump in, and Walsh trying to play it outside the zone. He does so. Here's Walsh with it. Denicello over him. Denicello steals it and is able to play it out. Fast-paced action here at Skylands Ice World for this championship game between the Kings and the New Jersey Colonials. It's sent back down into the Colonials' end. In the far corner now, here's Luca Denicello. Denicello had a hat trick for the Colonials the last time these two teams met in Morristown.
Move it!
Referee telling the players to move the puck. It's in the corner, stuck there. Now it comes out. Monda with it. Monda on goal. Shoots it over the net. And it goes into the far corner. Michael Monda was trying to go toy department on that one. Couldn't get it in. Now to Denicello. He would have had a break, but it hopped over his stick. Stillwagon fighting for it. Tristan Stillwagon in the near corner. And Stillwagon will play it out to Monda, but it just eludes his stick and goes down into the Colonial end. Connor Fay with it. Fay will play it up. Fay sends it up to Denicello. It goes past him and on to net, where J.J. Arnold will cover it. No further play. 6:06 to go. Second period. And the Kings with a 1-0 lead. Shots on goal at this point in time. The Colonials up 10-8. Here's Harper with the face-off. It's won by the Colonials, but he goes outside the zone. There's Lynn with it. Lynn will play it across to Flynn. Sean Flynn being checked by Ranger Harper. Now over to Ulrich. Here comes Ulrich in the high slot. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. Right pad save. Kicks it out like a pinball machine. Now Ranger Harper comes into center ice with it. He's being defended by Ulrich. And the puck along the boards goes into the corner. Played out by Chong. Rivers Chong. Formasano over him. Chong along the far boards now. Harper intercepts it from him. Ranger Harper in the far corner. Trying to come out in front. Passes it into the slot. No one's home. And it goes to Brody Ulrich. There's Ulrich with it. And it goes past Connor Dunn's skates and down the ice. Dunn will pick it up there. He's got Wickman on him. Walsh after it now. Walsh in the near corner. 5:14 to go. Second period. Skylands Kings 1. New Jersey Colonials no score. Here's Monda with it. Monda across his own blue. Comes across the red. Now into the Colonials' end. He's knocked down. No penalty call. He collided into somebody. Maybe the referee. I'm not sure. And it goes into the near corner. Now here's Ulrich with it behind his own net. He sends it around up to Flynn. Flynn across the blue line. Checked down by Ranger Harper. Here's Harper with it. Harper loses it over to Ulrich, who's able to carry it into the Kings' end. Ulrich with it now. Sends it into the far corner where it's picked up by Dixon. Logan Dixon sends it around, but it's intercepted by Flynn. Flynn has it now. Can't get it to the slot. It's stolen by Dunn. Here comes Dunn across his own blue line. Now across the red. Dunn on his backhand. He falls down. He tried to go ahead and do a 360, but he lost possession of it, and it goes behind the Colonial net. Now the Colonials pick it up, and they're able to take it outside the zone. Here's Denicello. Luca Denicello with it over the blue line. Denicello skates in. He's got Monda all over him. Tries to center it. It's along the side of the net, and Arnold's holding the post firm. Denicello just trying to poke at it and trying to get it into the net. Can't do so. We get a stoppage in play. 3:55 to go. Denicello working that hockey stick like a pool cue, trying to bang it in on the near post, but can't do so. 3:55 in the second period. Skylands 1. New Jersey Colonials nothing. Monda will take the face-off against Denicello. He wins it, Monda does. Gives it to Walsh. Walsh into neutral ice. Sends it all the way down to the Colonial end. It's not far enough for icing, so Chong will have to get back and pick it up. He sends it up to Book. It's intercepted by Bernstein. Bernstein loses it over to Rosnowski. It comes outside the zone and into center ice. Now Bernstein has it in the Colonial zone, but just barely. It now goes along the far dasher, where it's picked up by the Colonials and sent back out and into the Kings zone. Here's Braden Klein, number 14. Klein has had a really good year, has really developed into a fine defenseman. Now, here's Walsh with it. Goes ahead and plays it in, where Monda and Chong are after it. Chong will go ahead and send it around the net. Now Monda picks it up. Michael Monda, who's been on fire offensively for the Kings for the past few days. A hat trick earlier today. Now the shot and goal by Slater. He scores! Damian Slater with the goal to put the Kings up 2-0. The puck was set into the low slot area. Slater was waiting, and he bangs it home.
8 from 97.
So, Damian Slater able to take the pass from Michael Monda and rip it home past Jacob Childs, and the Kings lead 2-0. Harper taking the face-off against Ulrich now. It's won by the Colonials and taken by Rempfer. Rempfer will go ahead and play it up. It's on Dunn's stick. Dunn with a nice move around the Colonial forward, Wickman. Now Stillwagon has it. Stillwagon comes into the zone. Stillwagon along the far boards. He loses it to Roger Lynn. Here comes Lynn. Lynn coming across with Wickman. You know, this point of the game is usually when the Kings up 2-0, they go ahead and turn one goal over. Let's see if they can avoid that at this point in time and hold on to the 2-0 lead. Here's Formisano with it. Formisano being checked by Ulrich. Formisano along the boards. He loses it over to Fay. Fay now to Harper. Harper will go ahead and send it all the way down. It's no icing as he was on the Colonial side of the red line. Now Lynn has it. Lynn, it's in the referee skates. Bad break for the Colonials as Monda picks it up. Michael Monda with the shot. Saved by Childs. And he'll hold on for a stoppage in play. The most important thing for the Kings to remember is to keep up the momentum at this point in time. You know, being up 2-0 in games against the Colonials and the Devils earlier in this tournament, and they turned back around and give one up to those other teams and let them get back into it, and then they had to turn it on in the third period. The Kings hoping to avoid that now and just keep the pressure on throughout the entire second and into the third. Face-off won by the Colonials. Now it's over to Denicello. Denicello comes into center ice. 2-0 Kings with 1:53 to go. Second period. Chong bounces it off Denicello's skates. Now Slater with it. Slater with a goal already. He's looking for number 2. It's played off by Rusnowski. Rusnowski has it now and he clears into center ice. Klein with it. Klein to Bernstein. Bernstein to Klein, back to Walsh. Walsh along the near boards now. Here's Braden Klein. Comes outside the zone, picked up by Monda. Michael Monda will go ahead and pass it over. It's intercepted by Rusnowski. Rusnowski comes in. Noah Bernstein comes to pinch up. Rusnowski with the shot, saved by Arnold. And it's in the high slot, picked up by Walsh. Now, Sean Flynn intercepts to Denicello. Denicello is knocked down by Klein. Klein has it behind the net. Denicello in the low slot. It's loose in front. And Arnold makes the save. No further play. J.J. Arnold, like a cat, pouncing on that puck. Covers it with his catching glove. And with 1:05 to go, second period, faceoff will be to the right of Arnold. 13 shots on goal by the Colonials. And Arnold has stopped every one of them so far. Meanwhile, 10 shots on goal for the Kings, and 2 have gone behind Jacob Childs by Ryan Walsh and Damian Slater. Buck's in the far corner in the Kings' end. Ulrich and Dixon fighting for it. Comes back out to Lynn. Lynn holds it. He'll send it wrapping around the boards to Wickman. Wickman behind the net trying to stuff it in. Can't do so. And now there's Morgan with it in the right corner. Now here's Dunn. Dunn will send it all the way down as the coaches yell out, out, to go ahead and get that puck down the ice. Here's Fay in the near corner. Formisano after him. It's sent all the way along to the far dasher. And there's Harper with it. It's knocked down by the Colonials. There's Wickman trying to get past Dixon. Dixon will go ahead and send it just into the Colonial end, but Lynn plays it right back out. There, Fay. Fay goes ahead and sends it in, but there's Dunn. Dunn, it's intercepted by Ulrich. Ulrich in the high slot. Ulrich with the shot. Catching glove saved by Arnold, and he knocks it behind the net. Now Dixon. Dixon falls down, and it goes along the near boards to Fay. Connor Fay with it now. Fay along the right point. The shot on goal. Deflected in front. And that's the horn for the end of the second period. So, the Skylands Kings are 13 minutes away from a championship here in this St. Paddy's Day Smackdown tournament. Goals by Ryan Walsh and Damian Slater have given the Kings a 2-0 advantage. We'll be back for third period action right after this.
Good game.
Never saw anybody gargle with coffee before. I get something to work the throat.
I like listening to you announce
Thank
the
you.
games.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's fun to listen to coming down the side.
Yeah, you know, it just lights up. And listen, it's great for the kids as far as being able to watch back. The parents and kids, they love watching it. So,
Yeah.
anything I can do to help, I'm just happy to be here. And being able to call my kid, that's great. So,
Yeah, I get it.
it's been 30 years since I played. So, you know, I mean, it's fun to be able to do. So,
And it was a great way to get inside when they wouldn't let anyone else in.
yeah, it's true. That's true. That's a good way to look at it.
All right.
All right, here we go. Good luck, guys. Yes, gargle with coffee. Plenty of sugar, so it's not too bitter. Welcome back to third period action here between the Skylands Kings and the New Jersey Colonials. Third period of the St. Paddy Smackdown. Here's the face-off between Monda and Denicello. And now comes back out to Klein. Klein to Slater. Slater over to Walsh. Here comes Walsh across the blue. Walsh along the near boards now. Walsh is picked off by Roger Lynn. And Lynn will go ahead and send it up to George Morgan. Picked off there by Klein. Over to Walsh. Walsh across the blue line. And he'll dump it in. It goes behind the net of Jacob Childs. Picked up by Monda. Monda over to Slater. Slater winds up the shot on goal. Saved by Childs. Into the lower abdomen. And no further play. 31 seconds into the third period here. Kings lead 2-0 on goals by Walsh and Slater. Shots on goal, 14-11 in favor of the Colonials. Not a lot of penalties in this one. It's been a pretty clean game. Slater has it now along the near boards. Now to Monda. Monda fighting for it along with Flynn for the Colonials. Remember, the Colonials just coming off a 3-2 win over Princeton about 2 hours ago. And the Kings played about 20 minutes earlier, and they got a 5-3 win against the New Jersey Devils. That's how they made it to the championship game. And they're fighting to see who will take home the trophy at the end. Denicello with the shot. It's off of Dixon and goes into the near corner. Now comes back out in front. Flynn can't tee it up. It goes behind the net, and there's Dixon with it. Dixon will send it out of Walsh's reach, and it goes back into the corner, sent in by the Colonials. Now Dunn with it. Connor Dunn, number 19, on his backhand, plays it up to Slater. Damian Slater, one of the goal scorers in this one. Denicello, and it looks like Walsh knocked down, but he's right back on his feet. Now Dunn along the boards with it. Dunn has the puck. He sends it in. It goes all the way to the back behind the net. Played by Rivers Chong. Chong has it. And to Morgan. Morgan now falls down. And it's picked up by Sean Flynn. Flynn across the red line. Knocked off his stick by Dunn. Now Denicello with it. Luca Denicello goes ahead and backhands it. Tries to get it inside the zone, but it's kept out by Stillwagon. And Stillwagon loses it to Flynn. Flynn and Monda in to pinch in to help out. Saved by Arnold. The right pad save. Knocks it along the far dasher and into the corner. Now here's Dunn with it. Connor Dunn behind his own net. We'll go ahead and send it over to Monda. Michael Monda with it, number 97. Plays it up to Stillwagon. Stillwagon's knocked down. Play continues. Here's Ulrich. Ulrich off of Monda's skate. He can't get it through. Now he tries to backhand it. It's cleared back into the corner by Dixon. And now the Kings pick it up. And there's Dunn, able to send it but not out. It's kept in by Fay. Colonials in the Kings end a lot here to begin the third period. Shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. Right pad save, and it sneaks underneath. But it doesn't get past the pad, and definitely doesn't cross the goal line. 10:19 to go, third period. We are in the championship game of the St. Paddy Smackdown tournament here at Skylands Ice World for this Sunday, March 14th, 2021. It's sent back to the point. The shot by the Colonials doesn't get through. Bernstein knocks it down. Noah Bernstein, after missing Friday and Saturday's games, back today for the semifinal and final. And icing goes all the way down. And it'll come back to the Kings' end of the ice. Shots on goal, 16-11. Colonials in favor. However, the Kings lead on the scoreboard, 2-0. This will be the final game of the season, win or lose, for the Kings. Most of these players will move on to Pee-wees next year. Lynn will go ahead and send it into the far corner. Klein after it. Klein has it now. Klein will go ahead and send it up to Stillwagon. Tristan Stillwagon across the blue line. Ranger Harper picks it up now. It's knocked off his stick. But Harper picks it back up and sends it into the far corner. Chong after it will wrap it around the boards. Over to Roger Lynn. Lynn in the near corner now. It's being played by Harper along the boards. Book and Harper in on it, along with Formisano and Ulrich. It comes back out and squibs behind the Colonial net. Lynn has it. Lynn plays it up to Wickman. It's stolen by Klein. Now here's Stillwagon. Stillwagon in the high slot. Shot on goal. Just eludes Childs. And it's picked up by Rivers Chong. Chong will play it up to Ulrich. Ulrich across the Book. Book's onside. It goes to the near boards. Wickman now has it. Wickman can't get it past Bernstein. Now Formisano gives it over to Klein. Now over to Walsh. Here's Walsh with it. Walsh skating across the red. Walsh will go ahead and send it in. Chong and Walsh. Walsh with the wraparound attempt. Can't get it past Childs. He'll smother it for a face-off. Nice quick play by Walsh trying to wrap that around and go ahead and force it in on the right post. But Childs was there, and he was having none of it. Face-off to the right of Jacob Childs. Michael Monda will take it for the Kings, along with Luca Denicello for the Colonials. It goes back into the near corner. Players fighting for it. Comes into the slot. Walsh with the shot. Saved by Childs. Goes right into the chest area, and he's able to cover it for a face-off. Walsh just let it rip there, and it hit Childs right into the chest. So, face-off to the right of Childs. Goes into the far corner. Here's Walsh with it. We've got 8:31 to go, third period. Kings trying to take a breath and catch up a little bit. They're up 2-0, and here's Slater. He'll go ahead and send it over to Monda. Meanwhile, the Colonials are desperate to try and get back into this one. Here's the puck on Slater's stick. It's saved by Childs. I'm sorry, that was Walsh in on net. Walsh came in on Childs, but it was stopped by the goaltender, and we'll have a face-off to the left. Ryan Walsh came from the high slot down to the low to try and put that home. Couldn't do so. Face-off's won by the Kings. Here's Dunn with it on goal. Childs makes the save, and he'll cover. No further play. 8:08 to go, third period. Kings up 2-0. Shots on goal now are even between the Kings and the Colonials at 16. The face-off will be to the left of Jacob Childs. Monda will take the face-off against Ulrich. Here it is. Over to Walsh. Walsh back to Dunn. Dunn shooting on goal. It's sticked aside by Childs and into the near corner. There's Slater with it along his skates now. He tries to center it. Can't do so. Goes to Wickman. He loses control. And there's Walsh playing it back into the Colonial end. Walsh to Monda. Monda, it's off his stick. Chong plays it along the far boards. Here's Monda with it. Monda up to Walsh. Walsh passing across the Slater. Oh, it just bounced over his stick. And along the near boards, he would have a golden opportunity to make this a 3-0 game. Now Dunn will try and play it in. Dunn checked by Ulrich. Now it comes on to Monda's stick. Monda in the Kings' end of the ice. Over to Logan Dixon. Dixon will play it across to Dunn. Here's Dunn along the blue line. Dunn comes in. Connor Dunn knocked down, and we got a penalty call as the Colonials take out Dunn. They touch up, and the Kings will go to the power play. 7:12 to go, third period, and the Kings will go to the power play. So, Brody Wickman called for the hooking on Connor Dunn. Dunn was trying to break into the low slot, take a shot on goal. Wickman hooked him, and so he goes to the sin bin for a minute 30. Harper taking the face-off with Formisano on his left, Stillwagon on his right. It's won by the Colonials, now behind the net to Chong. Chong will send it along the near boards. Up to Flynn. Here's Sean Flynn with it. Knocked off his stick by Formisano. Formisano coming in. The shot on goal. Saved by Childs. He picks it out of the air with his catching glove. And no further play. Nice rising shot by Formisano, but Childs saw that one all the way. Minute 14 to go on the power play. 6:56 to go in this third period and possibly in the Kings and Colonials season. Here's Harper with it. Harper coming in. The shot on goal saved by Childs. He knocks it behind the net. Now to Fay. Fay plays it behind the net. He goes into the far corner. Along the boards now. There's Denicello. Klein takes it outside the zone and sends it back in. Now to Fay. Connor Fay with it. Fay will take it outside the Colonial end of the ice. Stillwagon trying to punch it back in, but can't do so. It's to Klein now. Klein plays it to Formisano, but it's intercepted by Flynn. Now it's into the Colonial end, and Fay plays it back out. Klein with it. Klein and Harper fighting Denicello. Denicello holding on to Klein's stick. And Harper still digging with it. Denicello tying it up. Time's wasting for the Colonials. Even though they're on a penalty kill, they're down by 2 goals, trying to get back into this championship game. Bernstein loses it along the boards. It's picked up by Flynn. Flynn with the shot. Just goes wide of the net and into the far corner. Now the shot on goal. Bounces off the side of the net, and Formisano picks it up behind. Formisano along the near boards now. Formisano gets it over to Harper. Harper can't get it out. Chong with the shot on goal through a deflection, and Arnold's able to stop that. It comes outside the zone now. There's Klein with it. He loses possession, but he was able to get it out. Penalty's over on Wickman, and he has the puck. Wickman comes across the blue. We're 5 aside again. 5:24 to go in the third period. Kings lead it 2-0. There's Bernstein. Plays it, but not out. It's held in by Fay. There's Ulrich with it. Brody Ulrich with the shot. On goal, and a save by Arnold. He stops the rebound. The second shot off a Kings defender. Doesn't clear the zone, however. Fay keeps it in. Fay along the side boards. Now Monda with it, skating in center ice. Monda coming in into the Colonial zone. He'll dump it down, and Rusnowski picks it up for the Colonials. Walsh in after him, but Rusnowski holds on to it. Back to center ice. We've got 4:45 to go in this third period. Kings up 2-0. Dixon now with it. In the high slot. He goes over to Stillwagon. Here's Stillwagon. Oh, nice dipsy doodle by Stillwagon around Brody Ulrich. And Wickman will go ahead and play it in. Wickman sends it down. Wraps it around the boards to Connor Dunn. Dunn in the far corner. Dunn will go ahead and look to take it out. Here's Dunn. Dunn sends it up to Slater. Now, Dunn picks it back up and he's offside. 4:15 to go. Kings have finally taken the shots on goal lead, 19-18, and they're up on the scoreboard too, on goals by Walsh and Slater to make it 2-0. 4:15 away from a championship to St. Paddy Smackdown between the Kings and the Colonials. And I think we got a timeout here. So the Colonials taking their timeout. They'll go ahead and discuss strategy to try and get back into this game. When we return, it'll be 4:15 to go in the third period. The Kings up 2-0 on the Colonials. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Skylands Ice World for third period action between Skylands Kings and the New Jersey Colonials. Let's reset the game for you. 19-18 shots on goal for the Kings. Goals by Ryan Walsh and Damian Slater to give the Kings a 2-0 lead in this one. J.J. Arnold has turned aside all 18 Colonial shots, and the Kings trying to wrap up as the number 1 seed a championship in this St. Paddy Smackdown tournament here at Skylands Ice World. Monda will take the face-off against Denicello. Here's the face-off, won by Monda, sent in by Dunn. Dunn will go ahead and send it into the corner to Chong. If the Kings win, we'll have some post-game activity and the awarding of the medals and trophy. Walsh will go ahead and send it around to Slater. Slater will go ahead and send it back into the corner. Now to Walsh. 3:54 to go. Third period. Kings up 2-0. It's loose. Dunn will go ahead and pinch it in. Now the Colonials will take it out. Colonials desperate to get the proximate goal so they can cut this lead to 2-1. Here's Wickman. Wickman will send it over to Ulrich. Ulrich can't tee it up. Now the shot on goal saved by Arnold, and he kicks it behind his net. Here's Dunn with it. Dunn will take it to the side of the net. It's loose. It's picked up by the Kings. Here's Walsh. Walsh will play it outside the zone. He clears it out of danger. 3:22 to go. Third period. Here come the Colonials. Across the blue line. Brody Ulrich with it. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. And he'll cover. Arnold goes down in the butterfly. Is able to smother that shot by Brody Ulrich. Face off to the right of number 30, J.J. Arnold. The Kings are 3 minutes and 14 seconds away. Here's Harper taking the face off. He wins it. And he goes ahead and sends it over to Stillwagon. Stillwagon to Formisano after it now. It goes into the corner behind the boards. Bernstein will play it there. And Ulrich is knocked down. No penalty call. We'll get it to Chong. Chong with the shot. Deflected in front by Klein. He clears it, but not out. Fay has it. It's off of Bernstein's stick. Goes behind the net. Now Morgan with it. Into the low slot. Cleared out. The Colonials throwing the kitchen sink at the Kings now. Fay with the shot. Saved by Arnold. I don't know how he saw it through that screen. Now, the Colonials another shot. It's deflected in front. Stillwagon and Harper on him. 2:33 to go. It's along the side of the net. They try and stuff it in. They can't do so. Ulrich now in the near corner. Formisano down. And it's underneath. It's loose right along the side of the net. Now Formisano and Stillwagon after it. Stillwagon has it up to Formisano. Now to Stillwagon. Tristan Stillwagon trying to clear the zone. And now Klein shoots it all the way down. 2:08 to go. An icing on the Kings. It'll come back down into Skylands' end of the ice. It's okay. Michael, you all right? Ready to hit you. Is he okay? Here's Lynn. Lynn will go ahead and take it across the blue line. Lynn to Wickman. Lynn will go ahead and send it out. Here's Fay into the corner. Don't play this. Yeah, unless you have to. Wickman, go ahead. Along the side of the net now. Now Dedichel trying to poke it in. Can't do so. It's cleared by Slater. Along the boards to Lynn. Lynn at the point. Lynn to Fay. Fay will go ahead and send it in. Fay in the corner. Here's Mondo with it. Mondo will go ahead and take it to Walsh. Out to Lynn. Walsh is knocked down. We got 1:21 to go. Child's still in net for the Colonials. It's set into the far corner. Here's Klein with it. Klein will take it behind his net. We've got 1:12. Extra attacker on for the Colonials. Morgan comes out. He's after the puck now as it's sent all the way down. And an icing on the play. So the Colonials have pulled Jacob Childs from their net for an extra attacker. We have 1:05 to go here in the third period. The Kings up 2-0 on the Colonials. Mondo will take the face-off against Denicello. It's won by Mondo. It goes over to Stillwagon. There's Stillwagon with it, with an empty net, yawning at the other end of the ice. We have 1 minute to go. Tristan Stillwagon with it at the red line, sends it all the way down. No icing on the play. Denicello picks it up. Denicello sends it down. It's out of Wickman's reach. Now here's Dixon with it. Dixon will send it into center ice. Now picked up by Stillwagon. He's tripped down, and we have a penalty call. Oh, Stillwagon was staring at the open net, and he was tripped down. So the Colonials save a goal, but they'll go to the penalty box. Carter Fay will go off 2 minutes for tripping. The Colonials will send Childs back out to the net. 36.7 seconds to go. Mondo will take this face-off for the Kings against Denicello. We've got 36.7 seconds to go. Face-off won by the Colonials. They'll try and get it out as quickly as possible so they can pull for an extra attacker. Here's Dunn with it, though. Dunn shoots in on Childs. He'll cover it. No further play. 27.2 seconds to go. Kings are leading 2-0. Mondo will take the face-off against Denicello. He wins it to Walsh. Walsh will play it in on Childs, and Childs smothers it for another face-off, but another 4 seconds elapse.
I think 19.
Another face-off to the left of Childs. Monda and Denicello again. Here's Monda with it to Walsh. Walsh will pass it back to Dunn. Dunn with the shot in on goal. It's loose. Harper tries to stuff it in, but can't do so. Goes into the near corner along the near boards. There's Slater with it. Slater to Dunn, now to Walsh. The shot on goal. Saved by Childs. With 7.9 seconds to go. The Kings so close they can taste it.
Come on.
Monda taking the face-off against Denicello. 7.9 to go. Win by the Colonials. Here's Ulrich. Ulrich will skate it out. He'll shoot it down. 3 seconds. 2, 1. It's good to be a king. The Skylands Kings have won the St. Paddy Smackdown Championship. Goals by Ryan Walsh and Damian Slater have led the Kings to a 2-0 win in the final against the New Jersey Colonials. Stick taps all around for the Kings and Colonials, and we'll stay with you for the awards presentation that'll happen, led by Skylands head coach Adam Mitchell.
First, I'd like to thank everybody for being part of our St. Paddy's Day Smackdown. Congratulations to both teams on making it to the championship. On the championship game, I'd like to present both coaches with their team medals. Colonials, congratulations on a hard-fought game. Coaches, congrats with team medals.
As the head coach of the Colonials going ahead and handing out the medals to his team.
Congratulations on winning the championship this weekend. Good game. Coach Weaver, like to grab the medals and
Coach Mark Weaver will hand out the awards and the medals and the trophy to his players and team. And there he is, Coach Weaver, with the championship trophy.
Good game, guys.
We'll go ahead and get some pictures here of the Kings with their championship trophy as they skate down to the end of the net. The Colonials played a great game, but the Kings were able to take this one 2-0. We'll go ahead and try and get some pictures here and some shots of the Kings as they take their celebration. Here at Skylands Ice World, celebrating the Kings Championship over the New Jersey Colonials in the final of the St. Paddy Smackdown. This is the final game for the Kings for the season as they go ahead and they celebrate their victory. Well, thank you once again for everyone for joining us. This is Mike Formisano saying so long from Skylands Ice World, where the Skylands Kings take the championship home today 2-0 over the New Jersey Colonials. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you during the off season and into next year. Bye, everybody.